Hi everyone, welcome to Rochester High School's Curriculum Night. My name is Michaela Youngs and I am your Students Honors LA 10 teacher this year. So I'm just going to go over some basics of our class and a little bit about me, and then we'll be good to go to start out the school year. So some basics about me. I'm originally from Kansas City, Missouri. My dad works for General Motors, so I have moved around quite a bit growing up. I've lived in Canada, Ohio, and now Michigan, which is the longest I've ever lived somewhere. I graduated from Oakland University in 2022 with my bachelor's in English and secondary education. I have been at Rochester since 2021 because I student taught here with Kelly Kuzmano. And this year I will be teaching AP Lit, Honors LA 10, and The Talon, which is our school newspaper. So just some basics about me. I share all of this with your students as well. These are just some pictures of my family and my best friends. And then one of the most important things about me is I obviously love to read, which is why there are books on this slide. I could not be a literature teacher if I did not love to read. But more importantly, I love Taylor Swift, and I will tell your students all the time, and I will find ways to talk about her every day. It's kind of my thing. These are a couple pictures of our classroom, just so you can have an idea of where your students will be working every day. So the course overview for Honors Language Arts 10, students will develop an understanding of American literature by exploring diverse writers and speakers. Students will collaborate and think critically to examine the experiences of others and develop empathy and a shared identity alongside an appreciation of the diversity in American society to improve their citizenship. So we follow American literature in a chronological order. We will start with some Native voices, some Indigenous literature, and then we will move into studying the Crucible. We use the Crucible to study the Puritan era. And then we'll look at popular American speeches from early America. And then we'll move into Romanticism. We look at poetries and short stories for that. And then we will end the semester with Transcendentalism. We look at essays. Semester 2, we move into Realism. Then we will read The Great Gatsby by F. Scott Fitzgerald, Fahrenheit 451 by Ray Bradbury, and we end the school year doing a research unit on how our literature in the United States has developed over time. So just some basics on my grading policy. I operate on total points for this class. Exams are 10% of their grade, so their final exam, and then each marking period is 45% each. It is not weighted. All grading concerns or questions, I just ask that your students directly address that with me. I would love to hear from you and answer your questions if you have them, but if students are concerned about their grades, I think it's important, especially as sophomores, that they're kind of learning how to advocate for themselves, and so I just ask that they come to me for that. There's no extra credit available in my class, but students are offered the opportunity to revise major assignments. They just need to check with me before they do that. When it comes to AI, plagiarism, and phone policies, it is a district policy that students are not allowed to have their phones out in English classes. So all three schools, Rochester, Stony, and Adams, have phone holders, and students are expected to put their phones in that phone holder every day at the beginning of class. Haven't really had an issue with that yet, but if you have any questions, please let me know. AI and plagiarism will not be tolerated. We've had a lot of issues with that in the recent couple of years. We'll be using turnitin.com, which is our best resource to check for AI, and it is very accurate. So if a student's work comes up as being AI, they get an automatic 0 on it, and then we can talk about kind of how to move forward with not using AI. I encourage students that I want their learning to be as authentic as possible, and that means their writing needs to be authentic. I would much rather give them an extension to work a little longer on an assignment than use AI, and so I told them that as well. If you have any questions about the class or anything, please feel free to reach out to me via email. My email is here. I will get back to you as soon as possible, and I'm really excited for this year with your students and to get to study American literature.